to my channel and happy St. David's Day. Today Tristan is wearing a traditional, baby version of a Welsh outfit for St. David's Day. St. David, in case you don't know, is the patron saint of Wales. And of course, as you know, I'm Welsh, so it's a special day. It's our National Saints Day. So I thought that I'd bring some of the babies on today and have them dressed in modern versions of traditional outfits, or what the kids would wear today. When my kids were small and when I was little, we used to get half a day off. It was a holiday, but that was taken off us. We used to be the only country, I think, that had, out of the United Kingdom, that still had a day off or a half a day for St. David's Day. So we'd all go to school in the morning dressed in traditional costume if we wanted to, and the majority would. And my children were the same. My girls all wore traditional Welsh costumes on St. David's Day to school. And the boys is easier because basically you can just put them in a shirt and trousers and a little waistcoat, but the girls would wear traditional costumes with a tall black hat with the lace underneath and shawls, and they used to look gorgeous. I used to like it. I have got a funny picture somewhere. I remember it, but I haven't seen it for a long time. One of my daughters sulking because I wanted to take a picture of her and her two sisters in their Welsh outfit, and she's got a proper sulk on, but I took it anyway, because you do, don't you? That's my sense of humour. I was determined to get my photo, and she was having it taken whether she wanted it or not, because it was a special day and I wanted it, to be done. But what used to happen was the kids would go to school, and then we'd have an Eisteddfod, which is like a service, and it would be maybe some of the classes would do a play, or it would all be themed around St. David's Day. And then we'd all finish school early, about 11:30 in the morning or so, and then the rest of the day was ours. So it was nothing unusual to see little girls playing in the streets in their costumes, or going to shops with mum in their costumes. I live in Devon now, and have done for the last 26 years, and when I have been in Wales on St. David's Day, sad to say that all the kids are in school now. They all have to wear school uniform because it's the rules, and not very many little girls wear St. David's Day costumes anymore. So, which I think is a real shame, because the tradition was going even still, like when my children were small. It's only this last generation now. It's all changed. It all changed as soon as they took the holiday away. And now they have talk with, like, St. George's Day for England, and I suppose it would go for the other saints' days as well, for Scotland and etc. That you should bring back they should have a bank holiday, a day off for those days to celebrate the day and celebrate your nation, which I think they should. So St. David was, like all the patron saints, he was born hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. He's born in 589, I think it was, and is buried where St. David's Cathedral is now. And you get the usual stories of him being a miracle worker and doing all these wonderful things, and things like he was had no meat, he only drank water and ate vegetables, and all this sort of thing. And all the monks would plough the field with their hands. They wouldn't use oxen, and there's all sorts of stories. Like it would just go on forever if I wanted to go into everything. But I just thought I'd bring the babies on and have a little celebration and just tell you a little bit about it, because it's just too much, isn't it? It's too much history to cover in a small video. So I think Tristan looks adorable. He didn't really need I didn't know what to put on his head, because I haven't got like a flat cap for him, and at the same time his head bare didn't look right with the outfit. I felt like he should have a hat on, so he's just wearing a black hat to sort of be sensible, but maybe go with the costume. But he looks like a little waiter, doesn't he? Looks like he should be throwing off some cocktails. He's got his little daff over there, his little daffodil. It was actually Lloyd George, one of our prime ministers, who was Welsh. He was Prime Minister of Great Britain, because Wales isn't in England. It is a separate country. The amount of times I've heard other people from other countries you know, everything is England, but there's not. There's different countries in the UK, and it is important for us to be. We like to be noted. You know, that we are a different country. We're united, but we are a different country. That's how we feel. You know, we're not English. If you went back to the end of the 19th century, children who went to school and spoke English would have a plaque put around their neck, you know, a notice around their neck, and it would say Welsh not, which we, you know, tell them not to speak Welsh, and you could get beaten for it as well. But so, and that's not that long ago when you think about it, is it? It's only a few generations. So we do like to think, you know, we are a separate country, and we are proud. And there's nothing better, is there, than a Welsh choir. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And of course Tom Jones comes from Wales, what can I say? Not very far really from where I was brought up. 20 miles or so perhaps, probably. I don't know, somebody will tell me I'm wrong now, but it doesn't seem that far. So there you go, there's Tristan, looking absolutely adorable. In amongst his mother's ramblings. Oh, I'm tired. Last night I actually, excuse me, did manage to get a little bit of sleep. I slept on and off because, as you know, like my iron's really low, and I have been so exhausted. And when I get my iron's low, I get restless legs, but they're really bad restless legs, and I get them. It is literally 24/7, and sometimes, and the medication doesn't really work. But you do get these little patches where, you after you've had medication, it'll ease off a little bit. You can still feel it, but it'll ease off enough that maybe, if you're lucky, you'll fall asleep. And then other times not. And then other times the medication doesn't seem to work at all. And I won't get any peace really until I've had my iron infusion tomorrow. And then it takes about 2 weeks. But I do know for the iron infusion to work. But I do notice that after a week or so, usually it starts to get a bit better, and I start to feel a bit better, and I start to get a bit of colour. At the moment, I just look grey. I match my hair at the moment. I look awful. I've got dark circles under my eyes. They're like a purpley blue, and purpley blue. I've had purpley blue and like grey lips, and oh, it's been awful. But it should all be over and done with tomorrow. I'll have my iron infusion. And I'll probably go back in a couple of weeks and have another one, and then I should be raring to go then, and you won't be able to shut me up then, will you? And you'll be thinking, oh, it was quiet when she was poorly. Yeah, and I actually feel worse this morning for having some sleep. The night before I had 2 hours sleep, and the night before that I had about 2.5 hours sleep, and I was absolutely exhausted. And yesterday in the morning, it actually drove me to tears, and I actually felt so fed up and so tired and so like at the end of my tether with it, getting frustrated. And if I get frustrated, there's nothing worse that'll bring me to tears than if I'm frustrated with something. But oh, excuse me, I got one of those throats this morning. But yeah, I did have enough of it yesterday, and it was getting on my nerves, and I got to the end of my tether, but I was frustrated because I knew that even though I was so tired, and I couldn't sit down, because you have to wander around when you've got restless legs. If anybody that gets it will know, you don't get no peace unless you're actually physically walking around or standing up, doing something, and even then sometimes, you know, it'll make you dance a little bit. So you're absolutely shattered, tired, and all you want to do is go to sleep. But you can't, because you can't even sit down and eat a meal in peace, or you can't go to sleep. You know, it's really bad. So, and it's been like this for like nearly 3 weeks now, while I've been waiting for him to sort out my blood, sort out my appointments and everything. So as you can imagine, I'd had enough. And then in the afternoon, I took my medication, and it seemed to, like, you know, work a little bit. And then I did manage to get some sleep. So I was glad of it. But then later on in the night, I did have another couple of hours, but actually this morning I feel worse for it. I feel absolutely shattered, and I got brain fog, and I can't be bothered with anything, and I really feel like that. So I'm playing with my babies and cheering myself up, and coming on to say hi to all my friends, and you know, anyone that follows my channel. Thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it, and please, if you liked, oh, it's my knee clicking. If you liked the video, please press like, because if you like and subscribe, it does help with the algorithms with YouTube, and it does, you know, keep our videos up there and keep us, you know, it just helps with the channel basically. So if you like it, please press like. When I go on someone else's video that I follow, I press like before I've even seen the video, just to show support. And you know, because you follow the channels because you like them. So if I go over to like Hello Dolly or Baby Buntins or Inga's or anybody's really, Nicole and her babies, anybody that you know, I go to all the time, or as often as I can manage to, then I always press like before I've even seen the video. You can always unlike it if you think, oh, I wish I hadn't pressed that now, I really don't like this video, just unlike it. But I always press like, and you know, I stay subscribed and press the bell so I get the notifications when YouTube can be bothered. And you know, just it all helps each other out, doesn't it? So there you go. So that's Tristan. I don't know what it is, but she just looks like she's at a funny sort of angle. And she's not. She's sat lovely there. She's in the nook of the pillow and everything, but she just looks sort of at a funny angle. Just now, when I first put her up, she looked like she was sloping downhill or something. So I love that. Look at that. Isn't that really cute? So Lydia is enjoying her first St. David's Day, and she's wondering what on earth is going on and why she's in this frou-frou dress, which actually fits her lovely, doesn't it? I like the tutu. How cute is that? It's lovely. And then she would have like her shawl over her shoulders and her daffodil. I mean, the emblem for Wales is actually the leek. That's a tradition. But as I say, David Lloyd George started the tradition apparently of wearing a daffodil on St. David's Day. And it's much prettier, isn't it? And I like yellow. We've got some daffodils in the front room and a couple of bunches for St. David's Day. It's lovely. So Lydia is actually not Welsh. Well, none of my babies are actually, except for Saren, because I live in England, as you know now. But you know, I always think of them as Welsh, because the same as my children. It's very strange actually, because my grandchildren think of themselves as English, even though some of them have got Welsh names, but they're obviously growing up here, they think of themselves as English. And one set of grandchildren, both the parents are Welsh, but all the others, obviously, they're, you know, one parent is Welsh and one parent is English, so like half and half. But I remember my granddaughter, before she had Josie, and one of the names she considered for her was Caris. Shh, quiet, Lex. She can hear somebody running upstairs in the flats. I wish. I wish I could run upstairs. Oh, she put me off now. Stop it, quiet. Yeah, so she's on about, you know, she's thinking of Caris as one of her middle names, and then she's telling me that it's a Welsh name. And I thought, wow, that feels really strange, because, you know, they just don't think about it. So basically, once I go, none of them will think of themselves as Welsh or think about their Welsh heritage, even though all my actual children, except for my youngest, were all brought up in Wales. You know, they probably can't even remember. So that does feel slightly strange. But I keep it going. I've got, you know, I celebrate, not celebrate as such, but I try and mark St. David's Day. I like to bring up, you know, some Welsh things now and again. I like to make Welsh cakes. I'll show you some in a little while. I've got some at the kitchen. I'll bring some in when I've got a couple of the toddlers dressed for today, and I'll bring some Welsh cakes in and show you, and they are absolutely nummy. I have got a cup of coffee on this side, and I'm sure that they will go down nicely with my coffee when I finish filming, because I did have breakfast actually. I told a fib. I was going to say I didn't have breakfast, so I did, but it was hours and hours and hours ago. So I'm sure it's okay if I have a break now and have a couple of Welsh cakes for St. David's Day and have a little treat. Yeah, so, but Lydia actually comes from Australia, and a little sheep that she's got with her comes from Australia as well, from Susanna at Baby Bunting's nursery. But today she's an honorary Welsh lady, you know, Welsh girl. So even though she's like originates from Australia and now she lives in England, but today she's Welsh, just for today. my hubby has actually got a novelty Welsh passport. So the idea was I got it for the first time that we went to Wales, from Devon to Wales. When we were courting, and he went up to meet my mum and things, and I got him an honorary Welsh passport. It's packed away somewhere. I don't know where it is, otherwise I'd have brought it out, but I thought that was highly amusing. I really should get some for the baby, shouldn't I, really? Oh, but yeah, she's wearing a little Welsh outfit, and she's got a velvet headband on from Next, and she's got a little sheep, and today they're all Welsh. Everybody is Welsh today. Bless. Oh, look at these. Don't they look adorable? So, over on the left, we have, I wanted to say Sarah then. Over on the left, we have Abby Rose, and she is wearing little Welsh Princess t-shirt with little navy leggings and white socks, and she's got a red headband in. And the crown, you can change it. It's one of those ones where the sequins, you can change the colour from silver to gold. By what's it called? Interactive, isn't it? T-shirt. Oh, I saw that on set the other day. It's interactive dinosaur on a boy's t-shirt. Next, I think it was, and I thought that was funny. And then in the middle is Seren, and as you know, Seren is a Welsh name, and Seren is actually Welsh because she was my mum's. She was made in Wales, absolutely made in Wales, and she's wearing a gorgeous red corduroy dress and little red shoes from Next, and a little red bow in her hair, and she's wearing her daffodil. And then on the end is Jameson, and you can see where his hand is going towards the plate, look. The girls are waiting patiently. Seren, it looks placid as always, like, well, I'll just wait till Mum send the photos, but her hand is like ready, isn't it? It's got that, if you look at her left hand, it's like, I'll be in there in a minute. And then Abby is like, yes, I'm getting ready to move. And then Jameson looks like his hand is sneaking across, like looking at us, so he won't take any notice of what he's doing. And he's got his Welsh rugby shirt on, and then red jogging bottoms. And on the tray, or on the plate rather, are some Welsh cakes. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see. And these are absolutely gorgeous with butter on. Really, really lovely. I should be having one or two of those in a minute with my coffee while I edit this film and put it together. So there you go. So that's, unfortunately, I was just thinking it would have been nice to have had a Welsh breakfast this morning, which is, I can't get it to go back. I'm sure it's my fingers and not the phone. Don't they look precious? Look at them. So I hope you have a happy St. David's Day. Have a good Monday, everybody. Regardless of, whether you're Welsh or not, but it's nice to have a good start to the week, isn't it? I'm going to have a couple of those Welsh cakes. I might press it for two with a little bit of butter on top. They're lovely when you make them first and they're still warm, and then you put some butter on there. When we were kids, a little bit of butter and a little bit of homemade jam, and it's absolutely delicious, really nice. They are actually best straight off the bake stone. They really are. But they're nice anyway, and you can buy them in places like Tesco's, Sainsbury's, all sorts of places like that, and they are actually really nice, and they're made in Wales as well. So and they taste fine, and they're not dry or anything. So there you go. And the two little ones at the back you can't really see, wondering what on earth is going on. So that's my contribution for St. David's Day. Underneath I will put I'll put up a link for a recipe for Welsh cakes. Maybe that might be nice, and maybe for a Welsh breakfast. Which is just like an English breakfast with the sausage and mushrooms, but also you have lava bread, which is either seaweed on its own, or seaweed and sometimes got oatmeal in it, and then also cockles. Absolutely, I love cockles. Oh, we get them down the beach in the summer where they sell, like little pots and trays and things of like seafood, like shellfish and things, prawns and all the rest of it. And it's like, as soon as I see cockles, it's like, oh, gotta have some cockles, love them. So there you go. So happy St. David's Day, and have a lovely day. Have a good week, everyone. Bye for now. Take care. Look after yourselves and each other. Bye.